Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. We got to talk about the Bachelorette finale, Sarah. Another relationship that will surely last forever and they will live happily
Ever
ever
and
after.
ever. That's right. We'll put bets on it at the end of this, maybe.
Yep.
But first, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.
And you can support us on Patreon. As usual, patreon.com/nerdtainment. Join us over there. Join us on Discord.
Find
We
us
have
over
fun.
there.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, here we are. We're at the end of Michelle's journey. Oh, what a journey it's been. And my first question is, where was the shocking conclusion that I never expected?
Thank you. I was like, where's the twist in the format here where we're like, oh, I've never seen this on a finale before. Like this was very straightforward and traditional, and we saw it for seasons and seasons and seasons before they started to mess with the format of the finale.
Yeah. Why was that the tease last week? Like you could have come up with something else, like true love. Like you could have hooked us with something else, but a shocking conclusion. No, I was not shocked. It went absolutely as expected. But let's start at the top here. We're in a theater where Caitlin is hosting alone.
Sure, yeah. Tasha.
Everyone is maskless at this point.
Maskless. Yeah.
Tasha has been exposed. Yep. Started a whole different way than it went right after commercial break.
I got to be honest, I skipped through most of the little live segments because I was like, yeah, this doesn't have any.
Well, did you skip through when she came back from commercial and said, we're reading your tweets and now everyone is masked?
Are you kidding?
No. After we came back from the first commercial break, everyone was masked.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Now, I didn't watch this live and I was staying off the internet to avoid spoilers. So I totally missed if people were rioting on the Twitter streets about the mask, but it was hilarious that all of a sudden everyone had matching black masks.
Oh my God. Well, this was definitely after we came back from a commercial break and Joe and Serena P were making out in the front row and everyone in the audience was just staring at them and clapping, making out. Because I remember unmasked people doing that. Wow.
I mean, there's already so much making out. Like I didn't need that, but great for Serena and Grocery Store Joe and that other couple who I will never remember their names, but good for you for being in the finale. You did it. You made it. You made it there. Okay. So now Michelle is going to journal in bed about letting Joe go and feel life without Joe. What's this like?
Yeah.
Is she going to be okay?
She's
going to journal about it.
Sure. But really, it's time to meet her family.
That's right. Let's get to it. Get some
Brandon's
dates.
up first.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And it's like, oh, first of all, Michelle's sister was there. I was like, oh, sister. I don't think we met her before. So I was excited to see her.
Nor did we see much about her.
No, we sure didn't. She didn't play a big role here. No wonder we haven't seen her on camera before. But, Brandon's all excited because he's like, I love these guys. Like, I've met the family and they're great. This is fantastic.
He's like, it's my fam. He's like, what's up, mom and dad? I'm here. I'm back. And honestly, they're same. They're like, there's our boy Brandon.
Yeah.
The dad says Brandon reminds him of himself.
I know. That was because the whole narrative all season has been like, you need to find a man like your father,
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure, first off.
Now he's saying, this is me. You found him. You found the man that is like me. So come on. Let's But I think they're probably just thrilled, like, okay, this is so familiar. We're not meeting him for the first time. This is so exciting to see him again,
And I mean, he's like grinning from ear to ear. He's so cute. He's like, I love this girl, Michelle. I'm ready to move to Minnesota tomorrow. Already booked my flight. Like he's ready to go. He's there.
And they're all just kind of like joking about things, like the dad's like, well, you're basically already part of the family. So, if Michelle picks you,
We
here you
love it.
are. You're part of the
We're here.
family. We
Yeah,
love it.
we love
And
it.
mom's like, well, what about moving here, like your job? And he's like, job's remote. And she's like, great, check. Like they're just all just like ticking boxes with
Yeah.
Brandon,
Yeah. The dad's like, she's ambitious. Is that okay? He's like, my mom's ambitious. Yes,
Yeah.
let's go.
I love ambitious women.
I love it. Love it. Yeah, this whole thing is just so cute. But of course,
Yeah,
I'm like, Brandon,
I know.
poor sweet, sweet Brandon.
Poor sweet,
And
sweet Brandon.
honestly, now that Joe is out of my life, I can
Hmm.
appreciate Brandon a little bit more. Maybe I was
Okay.
distracted by Joe
Sure. Sure.
and my love for him. But now I
Yeah.
was like, Brandon is a great guy. What a wonderful person this Brandon is.
It really is lovely to see him just be so gushy about her. Like, there is no question that Brandon, at least right now, is like ready to go, which is more than we can say of the other person. And I
Hey.
think maybe part of what you're responding to is because it's a hard juxtaposition against Nate, like we've got all of these doubts and uncertainty and stumbling over words with Nate, and Brandon's out here like, I love Michelle. I'm ready to propose. I will move to Minneapolis. Like his messaging is very clear and very positive. And so Michelle's mom sits down with Michelle. She's like, I would be so happy if, or maybe she's saying this in confessional, but she's like, I would be so happy if Brandon married Michelle. And it's really
Yeah.
sweet to see
Oh,
her
yeah.
mom reacting this way. And we do get a little bit of Michelle saying, like, I could see it working. And that's not the kind of definitive statement that we're looking for here.
No, I mean, all of Michelle's terminology with Brandon is he loves me.
Mm-hmm.
He's really great with me. And
Yeah.
I feel seen. And he's always, let me know how he felt. It's never like, woo, Brandon sweeping me off my
Yeah.
feet this one here.
Oh my God, Brandon.
Yeah.
Woo, he just makes me hot. Like we don't get
Right.
that really. It's just like he's so nice.
He really is so nice, but like, let's be real, nice guys finish last. So
They do.
like you said, hard juxtaposition here between the
Mhm.
two, and the editors were like, let's
Oh,
have a field day with it. Because Nate
every
steps up to the
opportunity.
plate and it is an editing nightmare. They are like leaving in every pause, every stumble. This poor guy. No.
Okay, I'm so glad you brought this up because it's like this stuff happens all the time.
Every
I
single.
guarantee you.
No, yes,
And
absolutely.
they're like, we are pulling every awkward pause, every weird turn of phrase where they're like, could I say that again? Like that happens constantly, I'm sure.
Constantly.
And
Yes.
they're abusing their
Exactly.
to all
Like
of this
watching
software.
it, I was like, Brandon stumbled too. No one just
Yeah.
speaks perfectly.
No.
You're like, yeah, I love her. Like you're trying to find the right words. This is an important conversation. But
Mhm.
no, they don't edit around it like they did for Brandon. They're like,
No.
let's make Nate
Lean
look
in.
so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He's oh, this is what really got me though. They haven't even talked about logistics.
Oh my God.
Are you moving to Minnesota? Well,
Hmm.
we've talked about our adventures.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
of course they haven't talked about it. They're too busy making out, literally on boats making out. That was it.
Sarah, you guys just listen to Sarah. She makes all the right points. Like, yes, this is exactly it. They've never really had a genuine conversation about like, okay, let's just unlock lips for 5
For
minutes
just like a
to
moment.
talk about like how can we make out forever, right? That's the conversation. Fine, just like frame it that way, but you got to talk about like, can you move to Minneapolis from Austin? Because I'm a teacher and I'm based here and my family's here and I'm not moving. And you kind of seem like a nomad, Nate, who like lives wherever because like you don't care about your family. You don't say I love you. Like, have that conversation. And they have not. And I think this is part of the reason that the dad is saying things like, Brandon's just a little bit warmer than Nate. Nate is a bit icy. And I also love, like, right before they even get into these conversations, when Michelle is like sitting on the couch introducing, Nate to the parents and kind of like giving them some context for their relationship because this is their first time meeting Nate. And she's like, yeah, mom and dad, Nate, at the last week, he told me that he's falling in love with me. And she gives Nate a hard stare into his eyes, like, he's falling in love with me.
She's like, remember, can you talk more about that to my parents, maybe? She's like, I will set you up. He said these words.
No,
now
but he
tag your
can't.
it. Go.
He can't, because then the mom conversation where she's like, is Michelle the one for you? And he's like, ooh, cliches. Like, ugh, I don't really love cliches.
He's like, what is the one? If we really break it down, like feelings, like her, me, he's just like
The thing is, like,
into
I don't really believe in the one. I kind of believe in a one. It's more about, I just don't take love too seriously. But by that I mean, like, I do take it
that's not
seriously.
what I meant. Mom's like, this is not going well, buddy.
No.
She was like, you seem to be searching for the words, but I'm not getting any feeling. And she mentioned a couple times she's a feeling person, which means she's a water sign. And I don't have her information, but
I'm sure you're right.
You know what? Nate is also a water sign.
Oh.
I just have to circle back to the fact that
Does that track for you?
He wants to express his feelings. He wants to be emotional, and he has been stifled by his parents. And that's what we're seeing. We're just seeing a lot of damage. But he's there deep down. Deep down, he has the capability, and maybe we saw it at the end because she gonna give it a shot. So
he's gonna give it a shot. But yeah, I was a little shocked that the mom said it to his face, like, you really don't seem ready. Like, you are not in this, because she's coming off of Brandon, who's like, here's the ring I picked. Like, he's all set, and now there's Nate, who can't even like form a coherent sentence. Again, I do think you're right that they're like editing this a particular way, but clearly it was that way to a certain extent in person, because the mom's like, no, not you.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know Michelle likes him because he's less predictable. Like, she's told me that. So she sits Michelle down, and Michelle, you can tell she's like so squirmy, and she's like, okay, so what is your honest opinion, mom? And the mom's like, he's not ready for an engagement, Michelle, and I think you know it, and I know it.
So. She was like, remember those patterns that you have where you're like, I always pick the wrong guy? She's like, he's right here. We proceed to have all the tears because the mom is like, sorry, I know you don't want to hear it, but like, I don't know that he's there at the same point that you are. And Michelle knows it deep down. Like, that's her biggest fear. She's been saying it for episodes. She does not know if she's more into Nate than he is with her.
Right.
And this is her worst fear. Her mom is saying all the red flags that she's been feeling.
Yep. So she goes outside to say the goodbye and is basically like, well, you blew it. Like, she's kind of confronting him for like not doing a good job with the parents. And he's like, no, I promise I'm in. Like, I love you. Like, he's having to just like do damage control and like kind of backtrack on everything that just happened and be like, I swear, like, disregard everything that just happened and everything you just heard and saw, because I promise I'm in. And it's like, this doesn't feel like enough. And Michelle's saying, I have to reassess things with him now because, I don't want to not be sure about someone.
Yeah. She was like, remember when I gave you those options? Are you falling in love? Are you in love? Remember when I prompted you to say those things? She was like, I need you to go back to that. And he is bringing it when they are one-on-one. He is saying the things. Like, she has pushed him to that point where he knows he needs to say it, and he is saying, I am there, I am ready, you are the one, please don't listen to your mom.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, it's just not good. And then when Michelle is like saying goodbye to her family, she's crying
Yeah.
because the one date that she wanted to go well, that
Yeah.
she needed to go well for her own like sanity, did
Yeah.
not go well. And now
Yeah.
she's like having, it's kind of clear looking now in hindsight, knowing what happened, like she is really sort of grappling with like, he's the
Yeah.
one that I want to pick, and this sucks because my parents are
Right.
now not convinced, you know?
Which we've seen over these episodes. We know
Oh,
Nate's
yeah.
the one in her head. It
And we know
really
he's not
has
ready.
been just that's the matter. That is the
Yeah.
matter. Well, next day she's got to go on her last date with Brandon.
Mhm.
They've got to have this moment, and she
Yeah.
sets us up with that she's been falling in love with Brandon, but
Mhm.
can she be in love with him? Like, this is their last date. Can she be in love with him by the end of this date? And like, first off, okay, how does that happen in one date? But it does
Truly.
tell us, because we know she has already told Nate that she loves him, that
Yeah.
they are expressing we are in love with each other.
But,
And for
like,
her to say that she's
yeah,
just still falling for Brandon is another sign here that
both of
Brandon's
these,
heart is about to be stomped.
it's so true. You're so right. Like, both of these final dates, though, there's a ridiculous turn where it's like, this doesn't happen over one dinner. Like, give
No.
me a break. Like, it happens on both of these dates. But Brandon is
Yeah.
first. They go jet skiing.
Sure.
You know, he
Great.
is so in love with her. She's saying,
So in
like,
love with her.
he puts me at ease. He keeps me in the moment. Like, she's stressed, like looking forward. And, you know, he's like, let's just have fun jet skiing. Like, don't even think about tomorrow, you know? And like, that's just kind of been how they've been all season long.
Yeah.
And on the
She
beach.
she feels taken care of and
Yeah.
safe with him.
Yeah.
Again, these are not words of like, I'm in love with him. These are the things he does for her.
Yeah. Oh God, but she
Poor
should have
sweet,
chosen him.
poor
Oh
sweet
man.
Brandon.
But
Okay.
you know, on the beach, he's just gushing about how much he loves her family. Everything is easy. This is their best day that they've had yet. And it's just like it is so clear that he loves her so much. Like,
So much. He's all in. He so is.
yeah,
Later, they were talking about their favorite moments. And she
yeah,
says her favorite moment was when he pulled her aside at the
yeah.
last rose ceremony
Oh,
to
yeah.
check on her.
So I thought of you. I knew you'd bring this up because I thought of you when this happened, because you said last time, you were like, do you think that changed her mind? And now I think maybe it did, because she was like, that was the moment. That was the Brandon moment for me. And I was like, whoa, that might have kept him in this.
It really might have. I would love to know for sure, but she at least confirmed to us that he was checking on her, because I
Hmm.
was confused. Like, they didn't give us a ton in that edit. Like, what did he actually say? But if it just genuinely came across as a checking on her,
Yeah.
I mean, that's true to Brandon, and that is true to her, that she loves that stuff.
Yeah. And he being
Not
the
him,
thoughtful
just that
man.
stuff.
Yeah. Be- but being, being the thoughtful man that he is, he
Mhm.
gives her a gift. I don't think we saw Nate give her a gift,
She
but
ain't getting no
Brandon
gifts.
pulls out this bag. Here's the sweatshirt that I was wearing when we had the food fight. Remember that food fight? Like, we were so in love
Brandon,
in that food
don't
fight.
bring up the food fight. Don't bring it up. That was not a fall in love moment. Why'd you have to bring
Yeah.
it up?
But then she says she's in love with him.
Here we go. She did it. She said it.
She said it. She's like, you know, there's been something that's weighing on me. And his face is kind of like, oh God, like, are you about to break up with me? Because he's been paranoid. Like, he's fighting for her until the last. And
Yeah.
which is like suggestive of like, he's a little paranoid that like she's not going
Mhm.
to choose him. So his face is like falls a little bit when she's like, you know, there's something that's been weighing on me. And she's like, I love you too. I'm in love with you. And then she says in confessional, this huge, massive weight has been lifting off of her shoulders. Wow, I feel so much better that I told this man that I love him, knowing that I'm going to turn around and reject
Right?
the proposal.
I was like, girl, why? That's in my note. I was like, why is she saying this if she's going to break up with him the next day? And I honestly questioned in that moment, I questioned, between her family and this gift of a sweatshirt that apparently changed everything.
Yeah.
If the weight has lifted off of her and she feels safe enough to kick Nate to the curb and go with her safe choice, knowing that he's always going to put her first, I honestly thought, oh my gosh, is that what we're going to see? Is that my shocking moment that I was not going to expect? That would have been actually.
That would have been. Yeah, you're right.
That's not what's going to happen. No, because guess what? Producers gave Nate the last date. And of course, she's going to forget all about Brandon as soon as she sees Nate.
Forget all about him. This is where they really.
Why?
I know. Why is right. This date was a train wreck.
Train wreck. Again, 75% editing, but also 25% Nate. Okay.
Yeah. 25% real, actual train wreck.
She doesn't even because Michelle's face gives us a lot of information. And when they're with a shaman and she's smoking him, I want these things for you, coming out of your shell, courage, yada, yada. And Nate just can't even smoke her.
He can't.
He can't.
That flame keeps going out. And he's like, ooh, sorry I ran out of smoke again. Sorry,
bad.
dude. Can you hit me again with that smoke?
And her face is like, you can't smoke me? You serious right now?
And he also says the stupidest thing. When he finally gets it out, he's like, I want to set the intention for our relationship to continue. What?
Okay, great. You don't want to break up.
To be romantic?
Okay. Nope. He's not even he is digging at the surface of thoughts and feelings. He's not deep, let's have romance. He's just what is a thing that you say to people?
What is a sentence?
What are caring words?
Yeah.
What are I've heard other people say things. What are those things?
Oh my God. Yeah. And then they're releasing blockages or whatever, the shaman's so something's going on with you, dude. I don't know what it is, but you got some things you need to break through. So he throws some more smoke at him or something. And then Nate says something to release the blockage. Then he goes, is that enough? Michelle? And she's like, you tell me. What
again, she's
doing?
Are you serious? It's not, I can't, hello. It was, oh my God. I mean, it's just a snapshot of y'all's life together. Is him just being is this right?
Was that
why don't you just tell me? You just give me the 3 options, remember? And then I'll just pick one.
Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise, I don't know what feelings are, and I don't know how to express them. You have to tell me how to express them.
Again, I will be in Nate's defense. This shaman was correct, and I wrote this down in quotes. He said, "You are emotional, but you're pretending you're not." And that's exactly, his sun and moon are in Cancer, one of the most emotionally feeling-oriented, family-oriented signs. And he was just stifled, and he's pretending he's not, because apparently his parents told him not to do that. So it really is underneath there, but Michelle's going to have to say that to him every time. Yeah. Do you want to tell me this thing, or do you want to tell me this thing? And he's going to have to say something.
Really needs to be multiple choice. He's not an essay person. He's more of a multiple choice test person.
Yeah. Yep.
So yikes. But then, Michelle's feeling like she's not getting enough. They go outside, they sit down, and he's like, okay, listen, I know that this isn't going great. Nothing's going great.
It's not going great. No.
So he's like, let me just clear the air. It would suck to lose you.
Yeah.
And she's
Let me
like,
put it in my own words.
yeah, he's like, listen, I know that's not profound, and it's not a poem or
Yeah.
whatever. It's not out of a
Yeah.
rom-com, but this is what I got. It would really suck to lose you. And this, I do feel like here we finally see a little bit of like opening up and him expressing like, I'm scared. Like, I'm scared I'm gonna lose you. It's almost like he just needs to stop trying to make these like big gestures or like, you know, grand statements and just speak in Nate speak, you know, simplify it.
Exactly. And she's fine with Nate speak. He just has to do it. You know, we're in a TV show where parents are grilling you and shamans are pulling things out of you. Yeah. And he's just like, I don't know about all this. He's like, but at the end of the day, it would suck to lose you. And like, I am ready and I am going to propose to you if you would let me. Like, stop worrying about all of this stuff. And, you know, she's happy to hear that he's scared. She's telling us in confessionals, red flags are flying up left and right. And we're all like, girl, same.
Yeah.
But, you know, she hears he's scared and she's like, yeah, no crap, dude. I'm scared too. Like, this is terrifying.
Yeah. And she's like, you're not helping. You are scaring me more by like being so weird about this. Like, if you could just be honest, like, you telling me that you're scared actually puts my nerves at ease a little bit because that means you care. Like, you coming up with the most romantic thing to say, that's not necessarily real, you know? This is real now. You telling me that you're like, so you're tripping over yourself because you're terrified of losing me. Okay, finally a real feeling that I can cling to.
And that's meeting her, right? She doesn't want to lose him. He doesn't want to lose her. Now they are on the same page. And red flags out the door. They're saying they love each other left and right. They're like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. She says, I'm listening to my heart, and he is the person.
All she says after this dinner, where they are also like, they're very intensely stressed at the beginning of this, you know, dinner portion of the date. But once they like kind of talk through, there's more of like, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. And they like get through all of that. And you're right. They say, she says at the end of this date, all of my fears have been resolved in one evening.
Wow.
All of the fears.
A sweatshirt makes you fall in love with someone.
Yeah, that is deranged. Like,
I'm scared. Puts all your fears to the side.
Nate is ready.
Nate's ready. Y'all, I mean, to be fair, he has been saying it. He has said it several times at this point. If she chooses him, he's going to propose. He has told us that. There's no way they can fake us out with a, will he maybe not propose? Like, he's saying it. So I agree with her. He's ready. Will they actually get married? I don't know. But he is ready to propose to her at this point.
He's ready to propose. Good point. Yes, that's where he is. So he can only get there. He's not beyond that. He's just finally ready to propose.
Right.
Well, she walks down that hallway. She is flying high on Nate, you know, on cloud 9. She gets to her door and there's a note. And I was like, this is so Brandon to leave a note. And it's also very smart. Like, you're aware that she has just spent a full day with this other dude. And as happy as she was at the end of your date, she's probably that happy at the end of his date. So let's just drop a little reminder. And he wrote the sweetest little note that he like did the voiceover for as she's reading it. And he's just, it really is like, this is a his voiceover story. Yeah, he read it.
Oh my God, I didn't even notice that was him reading it. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, she gave him a positive reinforcement that him pulling her aside at the rose ceremony was something she appreciated. And so he's like, let's keep it going.
Yeah.
It's another gift. It's another me checking in on you. I know you have a big decision to weigh, and I just want you to know I'm still here. I still love you. I still, you know, will put you first for the rest of your life. He did everything right. How is Brandon just the most amazing person?
Well,
again,
I know why.
75% edit, but
yeah. No, you're totally right. There was something that was said. I mean, we'll get there, but there was something that was said at the like proposal moment where I was like, this is why she's letting him go. But we get like a quick little Neil Lane thing. Nate gets his ring.
Neil, great.
And I also thought I was a little concerned because like Nate gets his ring and then it cuts to Michelle being like, I care so much about Brandon. And I thought we were like cutting to a breakup segment or something, but it was just like a little interstitial before Brandon also gets his ring from Neil
Yeah.
Lane. And when Michelle is in her gorgeous dress, right, walking down the beach, we're getting to like set up to these proposal moments. Sarah, I started to hear it. I started to hear things where I had to rewind twice to make sure that what she said was not a hard spoiler of what was about to happen, because I was like, wait, what? So she's saying the best feeling is to never feel unseen again. I was like, well, that feels like Brandon to me, because you're never going to feel unseen with Brandon.
Right.
But then she says, I thought I heard her say, in reference to like who she's going to have to say goodbye to, I thought she said one of the most vulnerable people. And to me, that's Brandon. And I was like, did she say that? And I rewound and it was one of the most wonderful people. So I'm like hearing things. And then she goes, and it's going to hurt. And I thought she said, Brandon's going to hurt, like twice. I was like hearing subliminal messages.
Because you know she's about to break up with Brandon.
Yeah. Right. I'm like inserting things.
Yeah, we know it's about to be Brandon, poor sweet thing. What I got confused by is somewhere in here she says she's emotional and she says, I'm gonna finally put myself first.
Yeah.
And I was like, which one of these guys is you choosing to put yourself first? Is it Brandon who will always see you? Or is it, I ain't listening to my parents or anyone else's parents or any producers or any shaman. And I'm going to pick the guy that I want to pick, and I don't care what y'all are saying.
Well, it's that. That's what she meant. Yeah.
That's what we thought. Thought it was going to be that.
It meant I'm not listening to anybody in my life because everyone is telling me Brandon. So I'm putting me first and choosing Nate.
Look, to be fair, Brandon is the sweetest guy ever, but I never told Michelle to go for Brandon. I think that he was very loving towards her, but she did not have those feelings back to him, and you would have just lived with a guy who wants to have food fights with you and you don't really feel a spark with him? Like, come on. You just don't pick that guy.
Yeah, you've got to go with the guy that like loves you that much and you also love him that much. Like I think she kind of went with opposite, where she went with the guy that she loves that much.
Yeah.
But I don't think Nate loves her as much as Brandon loves her.
But you know what? You still got to go with that. You got to go with the person that you want to be with. Yeah. Don't try to make it work just because that person says they'll see you for the rest of your life. Don't try to make it work, guys. Okay, Brandon coming down. She's gorgeous. She's by the ocean. Her mic was way softer than the ocean.
Oh my God. I was like, crank it up. I had to turn on the freaking subtitles to understand what was going on. Yeah. But when he gets out of the limo and Caitlin and Tisha are there, he's like saying things like, I'm so excited to marry her. Like he's there looking ahead. He is there. He's like, his head is in the right place where it needs.
Did you see Caitlin's face though? And they cut away from her, so it's really, really quick. But he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go propose to my girl," and Caitlin's face was like she was.
I know. I was thinking like this whole thing is sick because they all know that
this whole
Michelle's
franchise, this show, goodbye. Yes, David, yes. Thank you
like
for
they all know.
Here.
That Michelle's about to like break his heart, and they are just like standing there smiling, listening to him.
They're like no one is like, to ya,
don't
as
do
you
it,
walk down to your death. Yeah,
yeah, right.
And but, he says everything amazing again. He's saying it to her, and she's giving him this.
Yeah, stone faced.
Like she
can't. Not what you want to see.
No, how he continued on when it was obvious she's about to break up with you.
I know. He's like, you are my missing piece. I've been looking for you for 27 years. And I was like, don't remind me that you're 27. But she's like, more. I love you. She like basically says it again. And she's like, and those feelings are not going to go away, but I have to follow my heart.
It's very confusing, but ultimately he finally figures out that she's breaking up with him, and he's like, oh my God, devastated. And from this moment on, I was like, wrap it up. Like, I'm starting to have feelings. I need y'all to get over this.
I was having feelings for sure. I don't know I mean, it's been a while since we've seen a guy this devastated to
Yes.
be losing. He really was there and was like, I fought for her. And here's what he said that made me kind of be like, oh, that's why she sent him home. I mean, for
Mm.
many reasons, but like, he's saying like, I want you to be happy, even if it's not with me. And like, you were worth
Mhm.
every second. And he stops her as they're like walking away and they're both crying. And he stops her and he like turns her to face him. And he's like, your happiness comes above mine. And that sentiment kind of gives someone permission to break up with you.
Yeah.
Because it's like, my feelings matter more than yours. And so I'm allowed to break up with you and break your heart.
Yeah, I mean, that's in the whole but that makes the whole relationship one-sided, which is
Yeah.
how we have felt over these last few episodes. Like,
Mhm.
once we realized Brandon was even a contender, but we're like, there was always something unbalanced. It was always him so in love with her and just but he's the kindest soul. Like, a lot of times we see when people get broken up with and they get upset and they get defensive and they're
Shut
like,
down. That's right.
how dare you tell
How dare
me
you?
things like you love me and you have feelings for me? Why did you lead me on? Like, we see that more often than what we saw with Brandon, who was just like, I mean, I get it. Someone was going to be broken up with today,
Oh my
and I
God.
have no regrets for going on this journey. You
And
have
for
taught me so
fighting.
much. And I wish you all the happiness. And I'm just like, how is he the like kindest soul in the world right now?
It just is like, God, I wish this one would have worked. Like, I don't think that if she had picked him, it would work because she's just
No,
not head over
she's not
heels
into
for
him.
him in the way that he is for her. But, he's audibly sobbing as he's
Yeah.
walking up the stairs. This is also something we don't often see. Like, usually they just walk away and the Bachelorette is kind of like left there to like have a moment, but she's watching him cry as he walks up the stairs away from her. He's totally broken, saying he's like still feels that urge to like go and fight for her, which he's been doing all season long. And he's like, but she followed her heart. And, that's what I want for her because I love, I'm like, oh my God, you're
Yes,
such
he's
a
so
good person.
understanding. Yeah, I mean, way more mature. Like, people have been like, he's so young, but he's handling this fairly well for being obviously devastated and heartbroken. And
Devastated. Yes.
I mean, I don't have a lot of emotions myself, but like in this moment, I felt for him a lot, and I was having emotions for him. And then he tossed something. Did he throw the ring?
That's what I wondered. I was like, he did not just throw away Neil Lane's ring. He has to give that back.
You can't throw away thousands
Yeah.
of dollars worth of jewelry, but he tossed something, and I was like, "Yeah, throw that ring. Make some PA run down there and like dig it out of the sand. You do it. You chuck it."
Yeah.
Jacqueline, 100%. Brandon, I will see you this
Oh,
summer.
yeah.
Looking forward to it. You're gonna
That's
fall
right.
for someone on
Yes.
Bachelor in Paradise. You'll be head over heels again, and I will love every second of it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to
Can't
make
wait.
someone really happy.
Can't wait. Well, Nate's time.
So
His
Nate
turn.
rolls up and
Yeah.
he gets out. And, being the man of words that he is, he's like, I'm a little nervous, but mainly excited. Thanks, Caitlin and Tasha. Great to see you. Like, it's just, oh my God. Like, that's the sentiment that you give going
Yeah.
down to get on one knee.
Yeah. Yeah. That's our sweet Nate. So he's gonna walk down there, and he had some good stuff to say. I was, someone might have helped him with this.
Oh, 100%. There's no doubt.
Maybe they loaned him a couple rom-coms, or just a producer, but somebody helped him craft this, and we all appreciate it. He said
Yeah.
some
So
decent
he's,
things.
saying the things that she wished he would have said all season, like,
Mhm,
I want
mhm.
you to feel seen now and forever. Like it's
I'm
like,
ready.
kind of
I'm ready
boilerplate
and
stuff,
willing
but like, yeah,
to
it's what
do
you
the
want to
things
hear.
that you told me to do, and I'm
Yeah.
ready to do those things
Hmm.
for you. And gets down on that knee, and he
Yep.
proposes, whips out
Yep.
that ring, and she is ecstatic.
Ecstatic. She says it again. She's like, you are my soulmate. And
Mhm.
then she is drowned out by the sounds of a mariachi band making their grand return.
Hey,
And
that's their thing now. They
yeah.
have mariachis in their lives. They're back.
Yeah.
You will always have mariachi bands playing at all important things. And then Caitlin and Tasha roll up and everyone gets hugs.
Yeah. Yep. And they're, then they do the whole like to camera, that's my fiance, we're engaged, like all that stuff we see every season.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I really thought that Tasha and Zach were going to work. And that didn't work. And I don't think that Michelle and Nate are going to work.
Well, I'm going to say the opposite. I did not believe in Tasha and Zach. I wasn't even sure why she chose them. But I think Nate and Michelle have a chance, y'all. I think that Michelle is, I'm saying it. I'm saying it.
Are you hearing this, everybody?
Yeah. Michelle is the type of person to work. She is going to put in the work, and that's what Nate needs. I do think that deep down, Nate wants to do right by her.
Okay.
But she's going to have to, I would suggest therapy tomorrow. Like, let's get you guys into couples therapy. Let's put Nate into singles therapy because his parents damaged him. And he's just got a lot of things to work through. But I feel like Michelle is the type of person to put in that work, and they have potential. That's how I feel. Like, and also, I'll take you back to a few streams ago when my mom gave me the information that astrologically they have karmic connections, which means they are soulmates. Soulmates also come together to have closure and end things. Yeah. That is a thing that happens. Not all soulmates are happily ever after. So it might not work out, but they have the potential. It's just not going to be smooth sailing. She even said somewhere in here, like, this hasn't been the easiest road, or would she say something like, this has been a rocky road, and it's going to continue to be rocky. But I was kind of pleasantly surprised with the after the rose stuff.
Tell me more.
It's just like, I got nothing for you, Sarah.
I just really can't,
nothing.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Like, what are you giving? What are you giving them? A year? Less than Zach and Tasha?
I say less.
Less than Zach
and Tasha. I would say.
We're going to use them as a guideline.
I'll say 6 months, optimistically.
Oh, wow.
See them together.
Wow.
Yeah. You make good points. I mean, you could be right. What do either of us really know? But so I could see that.
I'm not claiming to know anything.
I see you saying she puts in the work, and she's been working on Nate all season, and she got him around to finally be willing to get on one knee. So maybe she can talk him into a marriage. Do I think that's like a recipe for happily ever after? I don't know. But
but let's be real. Happily ever after is in movies, not real life. Okay.
That's true. Yeah.
So relationships take work. They're hard. It's not all, roses and love letters from Brandon and food fights.
I just wish she would have wanted to put in the work with Brandon,
I wish she wanted to put in the work with Joe. So we don't always get what we want, David. Okay.
You literally had so many people that you would have rather seen her with than Brandon. You were like, Rodney, okay, not Rodney, Joe.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
not
true.
Joe, Nate.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just did. Yeah. As sweet as Brandon is, and gosh, I mean, I'd rather him be the Bachelor coming up. I don't know that he can carry his own show.
I don't think he can.
But I'm invested in Brandon as a person. He seems like such a lovely human being. Oh no, my mom thinks they're going to go their separate ways too. Well,
I agree with
you. They usually do.
They usually do. Yeah, there's 4 that have lasted. So,
I mean, the Bachelor franchise gave them a check for $200,000. That shows me they're invested in this relationship.
That is crazy.
So
it's like a down payment for a house or whatever?
Well, that's how they phrase it, but whatever, it's money, because I think that they saw that, people love Michelle and people loved Nate, even though they were like, I don't know what he's into you, but Let's support them. Look, they sat down with Caitlyn. Caitlyn, good on you for hosting this show. You did really well. You're growing on me. I'm impressed.
Okay.
Before I continue, what is Caitlyn's deal? Is she still married?
No.
Who is she?
Well, she's not with the guy that she picked on her
Okay.
season, but she's with another Bachelor person, although they may have recently broken up. Does the chat know? I think she was with this guy, Jason, who was also from the franchise. I forget whose season he was on.
Okay, but she didn't have a happily ever after from her show. That didn't work out.
No, not from her season.
Copy. Okay. Well, I think she's doing great stuff. And she's about to tour with Dancing with the Stars as a previous winner.
Yeah.
Good on you. Great.
Yeah.
Nate came out. He was all giggly. The two of them are like more in love than ever. She's like, yeah, no, he's opening up just fine privately behind closed doors. And that's a good sign.
That is.
You know, take those cameras away.
Yeah.
Tell him he has the space and freedom to speak his emotions.
Yeah.
You know?
Listen, if things are going better without the cameras, like that's the opposite of what usually happens. Like usually when the camera's around and you're on all these romantic, incredible dates and locations and everything's like just being handed to you on platters, you're like, we're in love. And then when you get into real life, you're like, ooh, this is actually really hard, of course.
Right.
And if it's better without the cameras and all the production value, then great. Okay, that's a good sign.
Yeah. So I think that that's a good sign. The mom loves him now. The mom's best friends with his mom, which I'm like, okay, I don't know about that, but sure. Okay. And he says he's going to move to Minnesota like tomorrow within the next couple months. And so,
I'm not surprised with that. Like, I don't even know why he was so weird with the dad. Like, well, you literally said
editing.
When you were talking about your hometown in Austin, you were like, oh, it's not even my hometown. It's just where I live now. Like Austin clearly held no kind of like value to you.
Right.
In any real way. So like, yeah, I'm not surprised he's willing to move to Minnesota.
It's just like proof to us that they wanted us to think he was not ready in the edit, but
for the drama of it.
He might be actually ready, and they're figuring that out. So I expect him to move to Minnesota, and I will be interested to see if they actually do get married.
Me too.
I hope that they work out.
$200,000. That's legit.
Yes. What a lovely gift.
Yeah. That's
also, I know a realtor in the Minnesota area, Janelle.
Oh, I would die.
Thank you. Right? How do we make that happen?
Yeah.
Hook them up on the internet.
Yeah.
And because I need Janelle to sell them a house. Who doesn't need that? That would be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, the mom, like one mom can't express emotions and the other one's like, I have feelings.
Yeah,
Let's be besties. It's a lot. A lot is happening over there. Yes. Okay. Let's get married as soon as possible. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. Okay.
I'm ready to support them.
I'm glad you are, Sarah.
Look, this season took me on a new journey because I am not on board with this franchise in general. The show is
no, you're not.
Just bonkers what we do to these people. And I don't buy half of it. And I can't stand PDA. It's torture. But I cared about Michelle, and Nate got my first impression rose. Then I fell in love with Joe. It's been a journey for me, and I'm invested. I probably am not watching the next one.
Yeah, if you're not watching, I honestly might not watch either.
I'm not excited about Clayton, and I'm not excited about these 25-year-old girls who are going to vie for Clayton, you know?
Yeah.
Is anybody excited?
Definitely feel that. I don't really feel any. They are really trying to do they're trying to do whatever they can to get us excited about Clayton. Ads with puppies, you know. He's
my God, if you have to pull out the puppies,
not a good sign.
It's bad.
Yeah, right.
I didn't watch the part, so after the rose, I watched Brandon, I watched Clayton. I watched Nate. Then when Clayton came up, I didn't watch it, and I zipped to the end.
Yeah.
And when Caitlin said goodbye, she was like, or when we're coming back from a commercial, and she was like, "You'll be okay, Clayton." And he's like, "We'll see." And then she's like, "All right, guys, thanks." So it obviously was like, it seemed like he wasn't getting love or something was
Well,
wrong.
I think I don't know. I didn't watch the Clayton segment either, but like it seems like I don't think Clayton was part of the men tell all. I think they saved him for this moment. So I think this was his chance to kind of be like, Michelle broke
Mm.
my heart, even though like we all know you're not fooling us. We know that he was not heartbroken. They had no connection. But I feel like they were leaning into that like Clayton's sad and we haven't heard from Clayton yet. And so then like now you're the bachelor, you're gonna be fine. I think that was kind of what was going on.
So, and also Joe wasn't on the Men Tell All because he was still in the show.
Still on the
And
show.
Joe's not in this after the final rose. So literally Joe is the
Yeah,
only one we
nothing.
haven't heard from.
Yeah. You get
And
nothing
he's a
from
man
Joe.
of little words, so he probably doesn't have much to say.
Yeah.
But I wanted to hear from him. I just wanted to
Yeah.
check in on
Well,
Joe, see how Joe's doing.
maybe he'll do an
What's
Instagram
he
live
doing?
or something that you can tune into.
They showed cringy fake tweets for him to make fun of. Like, wait, who's doing fake tweets? Like the
Was that
producers did fake tweets,
Clayton?
or yeah, for Clayton.
Huh. I'll have to go back
They
and
weren't
watch.
like real fake tweets, like, or the producers are just like, they're really trying with Clayton. Like,
They're really trying.
they
Yep.
are trying. So that's our heads up that we're probably not recapping that season. There are other things we'll be watching and recapping in the new
We're going to be
year.
very busy in the new year.
So stay tuned to that. But I am happy for Michelle, and I hope that
Yeah.
her and Nate do work out. And
Yeah.
I hope that Brandon finds love. I really think we'll see him over the summer. I don't
Mhm.
think they're going to bring Joe back, or I don't think Joe will come back. I think he's done with the Bachelor franchise. He's just not.
I think I could see him on Paradise. He's so hot.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we all, like, the producers would like it, but I don't think Joe's like really into being on camera.
Huh. Okay.
No, I would. Hello, I'm here for it.
Yeah. I mean, Bachelor in Paradise has kind of become like, for a while, it was like a little bit all stars, like people you know and like really want to find love. And now it's like, who is that person? They were eliminated week 1. Like that's
Yeah.
the kind of person who ends up on Bachelor in Paradise. So yeah, I could see Joe not coming back.
Yeah, no, he's going to do his life in Minnesota because the women are clamoring for him. He's just fine.
He's like Bachelor number 1 in Minneapolis right now.
Yes, he is Mr. Basketball and Mr. Bachelor of Minnesota. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
For sure. All right, well, that was it, David. Anything else you want to say about anything Bachelor related?
No, I want to talk about what's coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow, we are talking about all things Amazing Race Season 33, premiering January 5th. We've got a cast. We've got some details about production and how the show is going to be. So we're going to talk about it tomorrow. I think we said 4 p.m.? 4 p.m. Pacific?
That's right. I'm so excited. It just feels it. Honestly, I know it has not been super long since the last season. I don't know exactly how long, but it kind of almost feels like it's been another 3 years, but I'm really
It's been about a year. We wrapped up the season at this time last year, before the holidays.
Yeah, that's right. It was a fall season. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, we had waited 3 years before that, and then they had to halt production and so yeah, so excited that they were able to bring it back, and we have a season to watch, and of course we will be recapping all of that, and we get to start talking about it tomorrow.
Yes, so excited.
Yes, okay, 4 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, and then I believe that is it for the year of 2021.
Yes. So, happy holidays to all of you, and enjoy the new year and stay safe and all that good stuff. And thank you so much for sticking with us this year with all of our, various recaps. We had to remember the first 4 months of this year, Sarah. We were so busy. Oh my God. How did we make it through?
I don't know. We were exhausted. We were like, "Wait a minute, is anything coming back?" We
Yeah.
tried to recap what we could, and then all of the sudden everything came back, and all of a sudden we
Yeah.
were recapping 1,000 things live, like, every day, all
Yeah,
day. But,
truly.
it was wonderful. It was a great
It
year,
was.
and
Yeah.
yeah, I absolutely hope everyone has a happy New Year because we will be back as soon as the new year happens.
Yes.
So make sure you still got those notifications on because we're at least back by the 5th, maybe earlier. We'll
Oh,
see,
yeah.
you know?
Yes.
You know?
But we'll save all of our goodbyes for tomorrow because we got one
Yes,
more video for 2021. So
that's right. One more. So you guys in the chat, thank you for hanging out with this weird and crazy Bachelorette season.
yeah.
It's weird whenever I talk Bachelorette. So I appreciate all of you guys tuning in and hanging out with us.
Yes. And for those of you joining us later, make sure you leave us a comment and let us know all your thoughts on this finale. Do you think she should have chosen Brandon? Do you think
Or
she and
Joe.
Nate are going to get married? Or Joe? Should
Or
she have brought
Joe.
Joe back and
Is
chosen
she
him?
gonna run back to Joe at some
Yeah.
point?
Let us know all of your thoughts, please.
Yes, so please do. And have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next time.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.